Hi guys, it's your girl Rosemary T Cosmetics. I'm back, and guess what we're doing today? We are making melt and pour soap, a very beginner friendly soap process. So if lye intimidates you, this is the perfect soap for you. Today's video is going to be made with Brambleberry products. Brambleberry is a wonderful company that has so many different things to get you started on your cosmetic journey if you're going to get into that, or just soap making, or just fun DIY. This video is not sponsored, but hopefully Brambleberry one day it will be. But I love Brambleberry so much that I wanted to do a great how-to video for you guys on how to make soap with melt and pour, because lye can be intimidating, and if you don't have the right environment, you might not want to start there. So this is a great way for you to start with something that's still going to be very amazing and you can use it right away. So we're making some heart love bars because February is a love season. So I'm going to make these. I'm actually making these for my daughter, so hence there's no gloves, but I will be wearing gloves. And if you ever plan on making something like to sell or to gift, you want to do good manufacture practices. So you always want to wear gloves and have long sleeves. And if you are using lye, have your eyes covered with some type of face shield or goggles for sure. And just like our girl Anne Marie says, you only get one set of eyes, so you want to protect them. When I say I love Anne Marie, like Anne Marie for real, like you have been that girl for real. And Rosemary T thanks you, because I learned a lot from watching her videos and just looking at how detailed she is. Like as a maker, these are qualities that you want to have. So shouts out to Anne Marie, because Anne Marie is that girl for real. I love Brambleberry. Thank you for Brambleberry. And without further ado, let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead and open this baby up. I actually need to get my soap cutter. I thought I had it over here, but we'll figure it out. So melt and pour soap is a soap that's already gone through the saponification process, which is basically the process that we're skipping today, which is using lye. And what it is you get to get a block of melt and pour soap, which is usually glycerin based, and well, it's always glycerin based, but you get you a block of melt and pour soap, you cut it up, you add your fragrances. Today we're going to be using Gardenia by Brambleberry, and we're going to be using Strawberry by Brambleberry. And so Brambleberry is really cool because they give you color blocks. Like you just basically get to customize it however you want. So these are melt and pour soaps as well, but they have pigment in it, so mica already in it. So you pick your color blocks, you cut off a piece, you put it in the mix of soap that you cut up, and it's going to be that color. So that's so cool. Like that's what really like impressed me with Brambleberry, because they gave you everything. And so I was like, oh yeah, this is really nice. And it was really fun, and it's a great way to be creative. And we're also going to use some Silver Rainbow Eco Glitter that is skin safe by Brambleberry. Everything is Brambleberry today. So let's open this. So today we're actually going to be using the white melt and pour and the clear melt and pour. This is just a super beginner friendly process today. So you're gonna, when it comes to you, it's gonna be already wrapped and ready to go. These are 1 pound bricks, and so you just unwrap them and then you cut them, and then you're going to melt them. You can melt them in a microwave, or you can do a double boiler method. I'm just gonna melt them in a microwave because it's a little quicker, and you want to just melt them in like, I want to say 20-minute burst, or like 30, not 20 minute. 20 minutes will burn them. Sorry guys. 20-second burst and then 30-second burst. Okay, so now I just need my cutter. Let me grab that really quick. Oh, there's it. I was gonna grab my crinkle cutter, but I have my cutter right here. All right, so let's spray this down with some alcohol. This is 91% alcohol. You always want to have alcohol handy whenever you're making anything, because it's just going to definitely guarantee that it's properly sanitized. And like I said, I usually go a lot harder when it comes to sanitation, when it comes to making my cosmetics for my company. Like, I'm doing bleach baths, I'm doing alcohol, I'm doing a lot of different things. But since like I said, these are for me and my daughter, so I'm just gonna spray my utensils with alcohol and we'll get started. So I'm going to be using some simple cups to place my soap in to melt. So yeah, I don't know, like, it's something so therapeutic about making soap. I don't know if other people feel that way, but for me, it's so therapeutic. Like, I just love making soap. It's just like a way for me. I'm a very artsy person. It's just always been like a thing of mine. And so when I kind of founded my cosmetic company, I gravitated really strongly, not just to making skincare and hair care products, but soap making, because bath time is so serious for me. Like, literally, like, that's my therapy when I take my baths. And it's so funny because I take the longest baths, guys. Like, I take like 2-hour baths. It's really crazy because I just go in there and I just reset. So I'm like, I have like a whole tea session. I'm watching some shows haven't caught up on. I'm watching some YouTube videos. I'm scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or whatever little app I'm on. And probably TikTok and Instagram predominantly, and YouTube. But okay, so just because I know one of these is going to usually give you a full tray. So right now I got my small one out too, just in case I have a little extra, but I think I'm only going to need one of these for what I'm doing today. So we're gonna go ahead. I just cut up one break. I'm gonna pop everything in here. This is all ready. Boom, let's set this to the side. And then we're gonna go into our white melting pour and we're gonna cut this up really quick too. So yeah, is everyone excited about Valentine's Day? I'm not really into holidays per se, but I do like the idea of people being sweet, and I love like seeing couples like be in love and stuff like that. And I love like all the little cute stuff you see at the store. And this soap girlies, let me put you in on something, a secret. You guys know. If you don't know, let me tell you something. So like when you go to like stores like Walmart and like Dollar Tree and stuff like that, or just like any little store, right, that has like kind of crafts, like a craft section, during this time of the year, they always have like their heart stuff out. So that's like a good time of the year to do like extra shopping for like any type of soap molds and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, I love to get heart molds because I use them for different things when I'm making stuff. Like, my company is called Rosemary Tea, but it's actually called Love Rosemary Tea. So I always look for heart molds, and that's a good time to get them during that time. And then like right after the 14th, they're always usually on sale. So if you want some molds on sale, look for them after the 14th, and then you'll get them for like a little bit cheaper. Fun fact. Okay. All right, guys. So look, we got the white and we got the clear. Now, what I think I'm going to do for this soap design is going to be, I think I'm gonna do, this is a hot pink color block. This is a hot pink color block. And then I got a electric bubblegum color block, which is super cute. It's funny, my daughter, she's not a pink girl, but I am, so she's getting a pink soap today. All right, so let's cut. And now when you do this, when you get the color block and then you put it in, these are super concentrated, super pigmented. You don't need a lot. So the more you use, the darker it's going to be. So I kind of want the electric pink to be super bright. And I'm going to put it in with the, I'm probably going to put it in the clear because the clear is going to really grab the color really good. It's going to show up. If I were to put it in the white, it would have made it more of a pastel. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to use just a little bit of the hot pink, just one little sliver in that one. So we're going to put these back in their little baggies, and then we're going to go ahead and melt these babies down. Let me go to, I'll be right back. I'm going to my microwave. So like I said earlier, with that super correction, it's only 1 minute burst. Not really 1 minute, but 30 seconds. So you're going to use a full minute. I don't know how your microwave is set up, but mine is set up so that I can like go 1 minute and then stop it at the seconds that I want. So we're going to do that. And like I said, these fragrances are so amazing at Brambleberry. Brambleberry has everything you need. So if you need fragrances, they got that. You need soap kits, they got that. So Gardenia is just such a beautiful fragrance. Oh, I love it so much. And then this strawberry, guys, I use this a lot in my cosmetics that I make. It's just so good. So let's grab a spoon. I already sprayed this with alcohol, so let me go and check this melting port. It's been about 30 seconds, so let me stop it. And so what you're gonna do, guys, you're gonna actually, you know what? I take that back. It is gonna be like a 1 minute burst. Let's start that over. It's gonna take a little time to melt down. So that's why a lot of people use double boiler, because it kind of melts a little faster. And if you really are a pro, you're gonna get a melter like this big guy here. This is my heavy duty one for when I'm doing like bulk stuff. But for something simple like a 6 motor, we could just use the microwave. I really don't use the microwave too often, only for like little things, but we're gonna use it today. But yeah, let's get back into these fragrances. So because it is a love soap, I'm going to go ahead and pair these two. Strawberry, to me, paired with gardenia, it's like imagine a sweet flower. Like, imagine if strawberry, well, strawberry does have a flower. That's actually, if you didn't know, I'm also a farmer. So when strawberries grow, they have a flower. That's this one. I smell the tops, and this is this one. And then through the flower grows the little strawberry. So the strawberry, if the flower was fragrant, I imagine it would smell like what I'm mixing right now. And I like to, you can, like, as you get more comfortable with fragrances and as you get more comfortable with creating, you start to understand, because in the beginning I would just be like, oh, I'm just using one fragrance, that's it. But as I matured and got more advanced and skilled, I started mixing my fragrances. So you get to play around with that. Like, it's whatever you want to do. Like, you don't have to just use one. Be creative, like, and experiment. That's why I love what I do, you know, going to cosmetic chemistry school and understanding how to properly formulate things, and then being creative. Most of it is knowing a formulation and then creating whatever it is you want. So you get to really experiment and play around, and that's why I love what I do. So this paired with that, it smells so good. It smells like just a sweet flower. Let's check our soap and see how it's doing. Oh, see, guys, yeah. Okay, it's gonna go back in there, but look how much it melted down, and then look how pigmented that is. Isn't that wonderful? So what you'll do at this point, so we put it in there for technically 30 seconds at first, and then we went back in and we did it for a minute. And so we're gonna stir it up. It's not all the way melted. I'm gonna actually probably do it for 1 more minute, and then I may have to just let it cool down for a bit, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and pop it in for 1 minute. And then we'll just give it a wait. Now, I noticed that I didn't have any gloves on. I like gloves. Gloves are good. Okay, so back to what we were talking about, beginner friendly soap making. But yeah, it's whatever you want to do. So be creative. Like, you don't have to be so in a box. Be outside the box. That's the best place to be. Outside, not inside. Because inside is very limiting. Outside is very free and whimsical and whatever you want. So be outside the box. Okay. So we got our fragrances ready, we got our color, and then we're going to top this. Let's not forget about this. Let's put this in the front. And then I got this is a teaspoon measuring little thing. So you don't need, let's talk about pigments. Let's talk about colors. So in a regular circumstance, let's just say you didn't have, let me grab it. Let's just say you didn't have the color block. Let's just say you had a regular Brambleberry pigment, which is mica, skin safe mica. It's gonna come like that, right? A little goes a long way. If you put a lot of this in anything, it's gonna be super pigmented. So always use a little bit, and then you can add. You can't take away. Remember that. Remember Rosemary told you that, okay? Let's go check our soap. All right. Ooh, guys, this looks so good. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Look at that. It's perfectly melted. It's ready. Okay. So, boom. Oh, I should have put it up the other way. That's like that. You're going to see me, I'm the paper towel alcohol queen. You're going to see me with more alcohol and paper towels in a little bit. Now, let's talk about flash point. What's a flash point, Rosemary? The flash point is the temperature that you can add to whatever it is you're making. It's important to know that because let's just say you added this. Let's test with our heat gun how hot this is. 160. That's a good temperature. You want to add your fragrances at the proper flash point. So it's important to know the flash point of the fragrance. Brambleberry is so amazing that if you check on their website and you look at the fragrance, you will be told what the flash point is. And the flash point is when there's a certain point where, I dropped something. There's a certain point where if you add a fragrance to something that's too hot, it'll burn off the fragrance smell. So you want to add it at the proper temperature. You never want to add it at super hot. So usually, like when something just comes out the microwave, you don't want to put that fragrance in right away. You want to make sure that the temperature of whatever it is you're doing. So today we're doing melt and pour. So let's just talk about melt and pour. You want to make sure that the temperature is at the proper flash point, because if you add it in when it's really hot, it's going to like evaporate the fragrance, and that's not what we want. We want these to smell good. So it's important to have a heat gun so you can, or a thermometer, and check the flash point. So like, look, so now I'm checking this and it was at 160. It just dropped to 155. So it's dropping. Like 140 is kind of low, but that's like a good flash point to me. So let's go ahead and pop the white in, and we'll actually start pouring in a minute. So we're gonna melt this white down, pop that in. We already know 1 minute burst, guys. 1 minute burst, and be mindful. Also, whenever you're like creating, I'm in my laboratory, so there's nobody here, but you want to make sure that you have a safe space. You don't want any kids around. You don't want any animals around. You want a well ventilated space so that whatever fumes or vapors may be around, you can expel it and nothing can get harmed. Not even yourself. Depending on what you're doing when you're making stuff, you need a respirator or a mask. So today, this is Melt and Pour. It's super simple. I'm not selling these. I'm gifting them to my daughter, and they're going to be for myself. I'll probably use them tonight because, like I said before, Melt and Pour is so amazing because you can use it right away. So if you were to make these for like a Etsy shop or a TikTok shop or your website, and you decided, hey, I want to get into making soap, but I don't want to do lye. If you do Melt and Pour, you don't have to wait for a cure time. It's going to be ready right away. So with lye soap, you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks before you can use it or sell it, because it has to go through a process of getting all of its water out, and you can't use it before that. So Melt and Pour, when I say it's so beginner friendly, so wonderful, and it's not, I wouldn't even, I'm gonna take that term off of there. Beginner friendly, yes, but it's really a preference. Like some creators, they prefer Melt and Pour and they're skilled. They know how to do lye soap, but they just prefer Melt and Pour. Like when I first started my company 5 years ago, I was a little intimidated by lye, even though I knew how to do it, but I just gravitated to Melt and Pour. And honestly, I was able to create a lot of like very vibrant colors, because that's another thing. Melt and Pour allows you to, because for example, when you're doing a lye pour soap, it's going to be more of a milky color because it's lots of butters and oils and they're not clear. Melt and Pour being glycerin, vegetable glycerin, is going to be clear. So it's going to pick up on colors way more vibrant. So it really depends on the type of creator you are and what it is that you're making. Let's check this soap. Okay, it's not ready. Let's go for another minute. So now that I'm kind of like just eyeballing it, it's been this is actually melting pretty fast. So, oh, let's check this real quick, guys. So we're going to actually move over our soap mold. I always spray with alcohol. That's just how I am. Let's check our temperature. All right, we are at 150. It says 154, but it's kind of jumping from 154 to 153. So it's going down. So I'm gonna let it come down a little bit more. Okay. All right. And there is something else that I want to do. Okay, I've been making soap for a minute now, so I know how to eyeball how much fragrance to use. But for you guys, you want to go on the website of wherever you're getting your fragrance, and you want to look for the percentage that you're supposed to add to whatever it is you're making. There's different percentage levels according to whatever it is you're making. I believe soap is usually about 2% to between 2 and 5%. We're only using 2 pounds of soap today, so it's not a very high percent. And it also means like the more percent you use, the stronger the fragrance is. So depending on the fragrance, depending on what you're making, will kind of indicate how much you want to use. Look at it kind of like if you cook. A lot of people learned how to cook, and they learned like the biggest challenge with cooking is how do you season. When you start to learn how to season, you learn that certain food require more or less seasoning. It's the same thing with creating, especially with soap making. Depending on the soap you're making will indicate how much fragrance you want to use, or depending on what you're making, how much fragrance you want to use. Like for example, if you're making a soap, you want the fragrance to be there, but not like, you can go a little heavier, but not like crazy. If you're making like a body oil per se, you kind of want the fragrance to be a little milder, because if it's super dominant, like for me, when I use body oil, I'm usually using it in tandem with a lotion. So I'm looking for a flavor, not a flavor, a fragrance note more so than just a heavy fragrance. So you want the note to be present, but you don't want it to be dominant. Our soap's ready. Let's check and see if it's ready. I need my spoon. Look at here. All right, guys, let me show you. So that was 1 minute burst, and I checked it wasn't ready. And then this is after 2 minutes. So the color block is in here. Now, because I know what I'm doing, I'm only using 1 spoon to mix. And because the colors are very similar, I'm not really too worried about like cross color mixing. But if you are using different colors, use different spoons, because it's just going to look better. Because sometimes the color can bleed, and you don't want to bleed like say, let's just say this one, the darker one, was blue. If I were to have taken this spoon out of this dark soap and put it in here, it would have picked up on some of that blue. Especially some of these pigments, guys, are super, super concentrated. All right, that looks really good. I'm just gonna keep it in there so it can stay hot. I'm gonna put it in here for maybe 30 more seconds and it should be ready. All right, so yeah. So like I said, we don't need a lot of fragrance for this. Actually, I need to grab a, perfect. Let me get a pipette, because I'm just gonna add a little fragrance. So let's check the temperature on this guy. And then that's another thing. Let me show you something. You see that? This looks like a skin. It's cooling down. So when you first take it out the microwave, has it been 30 seconds? It has. Let's stop this. When you first take it out of the microwave, this is ready. See, look. Let me show you. Perfect, right? When you first take it out of the microwave, it's going to be, and I'm actually going to use, because I'm doing something with that, I'm going to use this mixer. Okay. Oh, this is pretty, guys. Look at this. It's like a very like pastel light pink. I like that a lot. Okay, we'll leave that there. We'll move this to the side. We don't need it. That to the side. We're getting ready to pour, and we need our glitter. Okay. Ooh, that's actually a low temperature. That's 140. This one is at, this is at 141. Okay, cool. All right, so boom. Let's go ahead and add some fragrance, guys. So I think I'm gonna go heavier on the strawberry. So the strawberry will be the bright bubblegum pink, lighter on the gardenia, and so it can go with, let me move this so you guys can see. Oh, that's a different color. All right, let's look. So we're gonna go gardenia, strawberry, right? Back it up so you can see it better. Move that to the side. Boom. Strawberry, gardenia. Now, like I said, I know what I'm doing. I only want a little bit of fragrance. Gardenia is this is the base note. It's very bold. It's very strong. She's so good. She smells so good, guys. Okay. If I were to, I'm going to eyeball this. I know how much I'm going to use, but let's just say you were like, oh, I'm scared. Okay. Use a cap, right? Just use a cap full. Okay, that's boom. That's really good. Okay. Just a cap full, guys. That's enough. I think I'm going to do that with the other one. I was going to do a pipette, but I feel like a cap full works better. And then for this one, we're going to do 2 caps, okay? All right, that's all. We don't want them super strong, because these are for my kiddo, and she's only a little lady. She's not even a teenager yet, so nothing too crazy, but I do want to smell it because I'm going to use some too. I might do a pipette for that strawberry. Okay, this one is good. Ooh. That smells so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. The gardenia one is ready, but this one is not. I'm going to go ahead and use a pipette. We'll do like, that's 2 mils. 2 mils. I'm going to go ahead and be a little heavy-handed. So I did 4 mils, right? Okay. That should be good. So we'll put these right here next to its sister. And then this is what I'm going to give you the game on. The nose knows. Always remember that. Trust your nose. It's going to tell you when it's good enough. That's good enough. It smells so good. Now, back to, okay. Now, there's different ways you can do this. You can do a layered pour, or you can do a double pour. You can do a double pour. You could do a single pour. You could do a layered pour. Wait a couple minutes. Spray it with alcohol. Then pour on top. You can do, or you could do a drop pour. So I'm going to show you all of those pours. And then I'm going to show you something else that's very important. All right, let's go. For this one, this is a single pour. All right, when you pour this, you're going to see bubbles on the top. Do not leave them. It's, you want to know about the ick for soap makers. When I see people making melt and pour soap, it's a preference, but spray with some 90% alcohol. It's going to break the surface tension and get rid of all those bubbles. Bubbles gone. Literally, the bubbles are gone and you won't see them. All right, so that was a single pour. Let's show you a double pour. That's when you pour them both at the same time, and it's going to give you this really pretty swirl effect. And go heavier on one of the colors for the double pour. Again, alcohol, break the surface tension, bow. Just that simple. No bubbles on the top, because it looks kind of. Okay, now let's do a layered pour. So what you do is you pour it. We're gonna come back to that one because we got to pour it like in a minute or two. Break the surface tension, let it set up, and then we'll come back and pour this one. All right, the next one we'll do will be a drop pour. Okay, let's do this color first. So you're gonna pour it like, let's just say 3/4 of the way. Break the surface tension, and then pouring up high, you're gonna come in. Ooh, you're gonna come in and pour into the mold. It's so pretty. It's just gonna give a splash of that second color, but I really like it. All right, and then what other pour do we want to do? I can show you guys. Let's do a drop pour for this one, but the opposite, right? I think that's going to really pick up. It's going to be super pretty. All right. Oop. Surface tension. All right. Come in from the pie. You might get it on the sides. That's okay. It's not illegal. You can do whatever you want. And then I think we're going to do a single mode. We do have we have some extra soap, guys, so we're probably going to use this other mode. And then yeah, I'll use the other mode just because I kind of don't want to use the little bars. Oh wait, surface tension, guys. Don't forget. And then pour. And then give yourself a little room, because when you pop these out, you don't want it to like spill over. You don't want to waste. Let me tell you something else. Don't be wasting no soap now. Don't be wasting no soap, okay? Because that is criminal. It's clink, 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 okay? Don't be wasting no soap. We don't waste no soap around here. All right, not around here, sweetheart. Not around here, okay? All right, let's spray this mold. I already did, but I'm always gonna spray it again. All right, let's see. Let's do a couple of double swirls, pours. Cool. I think that's gonna be super pretty. I think this is gonna be the prettiest one, the double swirls. It's so pretty, guys. These two colors are peak. Literally, they're so pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to probably do, well, let's see. Oh, is it ready? Let's see. Okay. Let's go back to that one we did. That's going to be a split. Spray some alcohol in it. Go in there. Pour it at the corner, guys. Well, actually, I kind of messed up. What you're going to do for real for a pour like this, let me get my spoon. You need a spoon. You're going to pour it on the back of the spoon. Ooh, I gotta hurry up because it's starting to, it didn't layer right, guys. But you will pour it on the back of the spoon. It wasn't set up. I kind of, I fumbled a little bit. And what that does, it kind of like breaks the pour so that it doesn't pour. It allows you to layer it. It didn't layer good, guys, but that's okay. It kind of did, but that's all right. See, even professionals make little oopsies. That's all it is. It's not a mistake. It's a oopsie. So we have a little bit left. So I guess I will use these. Why not? So let's just put these in here. I probably could have, I didn't want to do like a half bar. I wanted some full bars. And it's cooled down so much that it's starting to set up. All right, we're done. That was super fun. And so usually it takes about a couple hours for everything. Oh, I almost forgot, guys. Oh my gosh, we almost forgot. We need some glitter, guys. Now I'm about to show you something. I just poured the glitter on top. Break it. It's gonna be like if it's set up, just break it. It's okay. Break that. It's gonna be like almost like a little crust skin. Break it. It's fine, and it'll set right back up. Because I meant to put the glitter inside first. That's what I was thinking in the beginning, but again, a oopsie. Happy accidents, guys. Happy accidents. You're never like, it's never a fail. Even when you feel like, oh man, I messed up. I should have did that. They don't know that. So it's okay. You're fine. And let me see. Let's put a little glitter on these. And it's however you want to do it. If you just want glitter on the back, that's cool. If you want to mix it in, that's cool too. I'm gonna mix it in. It looks really good. It looks so cute with just the glitter on the top. I think I like that. This glitter is peak. Oh my gosh, it's so peak. It's like, and again, same thing with the glitter, guys. The more, the more. So if you don't want to cover your clients or your family or your friends in glitter, less is more. But for me, glitter is like rainbows. The more, the merrier. So, okay, guys, these are going to set up. It's going to take about, let's just say a couple hours. If you want to speed things up, you can pop these in the refrigerator. And then also, let's talk about this. The only thing with melt and pour, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this. I see people making things with melt and pour, and then they show you guys, and they're like, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Let me stop you right there, poo-poo. Yes, it's pretty. But what you need to know is glycerin has the tendency to have what they call glycerin dew when it's after it sets up. So once these get hard, you take them out the molds, you leave them out. It would be wise to have a fan, right? And let the fan run over the soaps, because what's going to happen no matter what, it's nothing, you cannot avoid this. At least I don't think so. You might can. If you know, leave it in the comments and let me know how you guys combat glycerin dew. For me, it takes either a fan or the AC or a really well ventilated room. But what's going to happen is you're going to make it, it's going to be beautiful. Oh, it's so cute, it's so wonderful. If you let that, say you let it sit on the countertop, the next day you're going to come back and it's going to have these little like water droplets on it. And you're like, what the heck is this? Don't worry, it's nothing to fret over. What you need to understand is this. It is water that came out of the glycerin soap base. And so what you do is you can either wipe it off and then wrap these in some type of packaging immediately to get rid of it, or just wipe it off and let it sit in a well ventilated area, run a fan over it, and it will dry it. They're still good. Even if they were like, you were like, oh man, I don't even feel like doing none of that, they're still usable. It's just a process of the soap making. It happens. There's no way to avoid it. You can take these right out of the mold after they set up and you can wrap them immediately. That's one way to avoid it. Or like I said, you run a fan over it, let them get dried out rather quickly, and that's one way to avoid it. And that's pretty much it. But it's going to happen. So don't freak out. It's okay. You can still use it. But just know glycerin dew is a thing with melting board. So don't ever think it's not. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a part of the process. But I'm trying to see if I have a soap that I made. I'm gonna show. Oh no, not that one. I have this soap I made. You can't really see it. You can't really see it anymore. The dew. Yeah, they're dried out. Okay, so for example, this bar of soap I made, right? This was just like a free soap. I was like experimenting with a fragrance blend. And when I first made these, they had dew on them. And I was like, oh man, freaking glycerin dew. Oh. But what I ended up doing was I just left them in my laboratory and I spaced them out. And maybe about like a day, because I didn't put a fan on, I just let them air dry. After a day, the dew was gone. So I'm trying to see if I have any other ones that have dew on them. I have soap everywhere in here, guys. Like, no. Like, for example, this one right here, this is a rubber ducky soap that I made. Super cute. This is Melting Pour, guys. This was a happy accident, too. Same situation. No, different situation. Okay, so I was making some soaps, like, on a whim. I wanted to make soap, but I didn't have a plan. That's another thing I'm talking to you guys about. When you're making soaps, like I knew today I was making a heart-shaped love soap for you guys for the month of February. I knew that going in. I had my game plan. I usually even have a whiteboard where I put the things the details of what it is that I'm making for the day, and I stay on track. That is important whenever you're creating, because if you decide, I'm just gonna go in there and be a cowboy and I'm gonna make me whatever I want. Okay, cowboy, but you better know something. If you don't have a plan, sometimes things can go awry. So I came in one day, no plan. I just knew I wanted to use these two in particular fragrances by Brambleberry that I had just gotten. I was like, oh, I'm about to use these fragrances. Oh, I don't care. I'm about to make 2 different soaps at the same time. I'm about to make a lot. I want to get these on the website. Right? Child, I must have been rushing. So I was very ambitious. I wanted to do 2 new fragrances, 2 new techniques at the same time, large quantity. I was using my melters. It was just all over the place and it was random. There was no structure. I just had an idea. I knew what I wanted to do and I just did it. I was working on something else. I had a little extra more time to be here before I had to go do something else. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make some soap real quick. Stop it right there. If you think you're just gonna make some soap real quick, don't think you're gonna give it to nobody. Because if it's just real quick, it's usually something about to be going on. Necessarily not the good thing. Anywho. So, child, I must have came back the next day. Because that's usually what I do. You guys will see the unwrapping of this probably tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Not today, because I'm going to let these set up. So, I came back the next day. That's another thing. If you do a technique like the layered one, you see how it's when you're layering soap colors or soaps, to get them to fuse, they have to be at the right temperature. Always remember that. What the temperature is off the top of my head, I forget. But they have to be at the right temperature to adhere to each other. If they are not, they are going to split apart. And your soap is going to be 2 soaps. So if you were to mass batch that, I was a bozo. Let me tell you. I'm using molds today, but for this particular day, I used like a freaking, like a 10-pound soap mold. And the whole batch was ruined. Both of them. Let's just say, no, they were 5-pounders. But it was 10 pounds because I did 2 of them. Child, oh my gosh, it was a disaster. I'm going to put that video up just so you guys can know what happened because I recorded it. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do an unmolding. I'm gonna record it. Y'all gonna see this new soap that I made. Honey, it ended up being a disaster video, but I'm gonna post it so you guys can see so even if you're a professional, even if you're skilled, you've been doing this for years, you ain't a real soap maker unless you make a bad batch, period. I don't care what nobody tell you. You are not a good soap maker unless you make a bad batch and unless you make a rebatch, okay? I ain't trying to put y'all in my business, but I'm gonna show y'all I only had 2 disasters in 2025. This is 2026. I'm praying for no disasters this year. But 2 disasters last year. One with Melton Port, one with Lybase. Oh my gosh, I was so mad because both of them were like over 10 pounds. What did I say earlier? We don't waste no soap. So what I did was I chopped them all up because you're going to see in the video, I was so mad. Oh my gosh, I was so mad. So I chopped everything up and I just had it put to the side. So what I did was I came back a couple days later and I melted everything down. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use this soap and I'm going to make rubber duck soaps. So here we are. And it's funny because the fragrance on them, it actually is a combination of both the soaps. I mean, both the fragrances that I use, because it was 2 different fragrances that I wanted to use. Now it's a combination of both of them. And it actually smells really good put together. And I was like, oh, happy accident. Look at that. So just know you are going to hit. You gonna hit all the time. I speak hits over you. I speak hits over you. But baby, sometimes you might miss. And that's all right. Because you can just make you something else. Now we got the kids. They taken care of. They got some good old rubber ducky soaps. And I gave my daughter some pieces of the disaster soap, right? That's what we're gonna call it, disaster soap. And I let her use them individually, the fragrances. And she's my tester. She always tests my soaps. I always have to bring samples of whatever it is I'm making for her because she's like, I need to make sure I like it before you give it to all of our friends, because that's what you guys are. You guys are our friends. You're not followers, you're not subscribers, you're friends. So And that's even coming from baby girl. So baby girl, she be on me. She be like, let me see what you make so I can see if it's good enough for our friends. So she tested it. It smelled so good. So she has, and it's like, she like the bathroom. She's a we call it her scrubbers. She does like 10 scrubbers in the shower. So she she makes sure she be smelling so good. And so when she comes out, and she always gives me my hug before bed, I'm like, did you use your rosemary soap? She's like, yeah, girl, this one smells good. I love the mintiness. She gives me all her favorite profiles and stuff. It's so cute. That's my girl. Shouts out to my baby girl, Pinkins. But yes, be aware, have a game plan. I say all that to say, have a game plan when you're going in and you're making your soap. Don't just be a cowboy. Don't do that, because you might mess up. And it depends on, if you do a little batch, that's cool. But when you start doing big batches and mess up, ooh, the gut, you're gonna feel it in here. So don't do that. Listen to Rosemary. We are not playing about that. So guys, it's been so fun. I hope this video was really good for you. A great beginner friendly video. Again, if you're looking for a company to go with, Brambleberry is the company to start with for sure. There's lots of companies that have products that but Brambleberry impresses me every time. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, it don't matter if you're advanced, it don't matter if you're somewhere in the middle. They're going to have such high quality. You're going to be confident that you can make something that you don't have to just make for yourself. You're going to be like, man, I can give this to somebody else. And then, man, I can sell this. I just love Brambleberry for that. Like, they really were a big stepping stone for me to get comfortable with creating, because when you buy their kits, they come with everything you need. I'm talking about the mold, the soap, the fragrance, the mica, the pipette, literally, and the instructions. So if you feel like you want to try but you don't know where to start with Brambleberry, and keep it real, finish with Brambleberry, because like I said, my company was established in 2020. We are in 2026. This is our 6th year, guys, and it's so amazing. We've expanded. We're global now, guys. We went global, so I'm so excited. Clap it up for Rosemary T Cosmetics, my baby, my love child, that I can't express enough how much my company means to me, because it's my way to bring joy to all of you. And we'll have more talks about that in detail, but just know that you are going to be in good hands if you go with Brambleberry. Again, this video isn't sponsored. This is just like a love video, right, for the love season to Brambleberry. Shouts out to my girl, Anne-Marie, and the whole team, because if you go on their YouTube channel, they're going to have videos, information. It's so fun. It's so informative. You're going to be confident watching those videos. You're going to be confident, even if you have to call them. I remember one time I had to call them. Honey, they were so sweet. I was like, my people, they understand. So shouts out to Anne-Marie for being such an amazing person and starting this company, because I'm telling you, she was like she forged a way for us soap makers. I'm not even gonna hold you. I really appreciate her. So to the heart, big hearts to Anne-Marie, big hearts to the Brambleberry team, big hearts to you guys. That's gonna be the end of the video. I will show you what these look like, and then you guys tell me in the comments after you see what they look like if you want me to add these to the lineup for the soap of the month for February, because Rosemary T Cosmetics will have a soap of the month every month this year. If you want me to add these to my storefronts, let me know in the comments and I will do that for you, because I want you to experience this smell combination. It's so good, guys. It smells so good. It's like strawberry, gardenia. I just want to eat it all. It smells good. So if you want that in my storefront, my TikTok shop, my website, let me know in the comments and I will make a larger batch, not just a test batch for me and baby girl, but a batch for you guys. and I'll have it available on all my platforms. So we love you. We hope you enjoyed. If it was a help, make sure you like, subscribe, put on the notifications, and be here for the next video. Hearts, guys. Happy Heart Month. La la.